Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is practice. They say that practice makes perfect, which in itself is not true. Practice does make us better if we practice correctly, which is why we all need a coach, a mentor, a teacher. I've never really excelled at anything, although I definitely had the potential to do so. The things that I did at an above average level, I was able to do because I practiced. And not just practice, but practice correctly. Now, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but there are ways that are more efficient and produce a better finished product than others. We all think the difference between a good and great performer is talent, when in actuality, usually, the difference between a good and great performer is practice. In the sports I played, I could tell the difference at game time between the weeks that I practiced diligently every day and the weeks that I didn't. It didn't make any difference what the sport was. Without diligent practice every day, the shot wasn't as consistent, the stamina wasn't quite there, the awareness to make good decisions in the middle of a game for making finesse plays wasn't there, the muscle memory wasn't quite as sharp. Now it's the same with music. Those that practice diligently every day, correctly of course, are the ones that play effortlessly and play well. I can always tell when someone who's playing music hasn't practiced consistently. Now, I've been around some very high caliber athletes. The one thing they had in common was they focused on practicing to the exclusion of everything else. Practicing is what they did instead of doing what everyone else was doing. I've also been around some very high caliber musicians, people that actually could really, really play and really, really sing. Same thing. They practiced instead of doing what everyone else was doing. They chose to forego lots of good things to focus on the one thing. To be at the top requires practice. It requires diligent practice, consistently practicing. It says in 1 Peter 4 today, the end of everything is near. Now, I love these kind of statements. I find them really interesting. This was written almost 2,000 years ago. We're closer now than we first believed. Now, I don't think these are statements of the obvious, but I do think they are challenges to get us focused and to keep us focused. Life is but a vapor, here today, gone tomorrow. Therefore, practice self-control. Keep your mind clear so that you can pray. Practice self-control. Practice discipline. Practice focus to the exclusion of all else. Keep your mind clear of the clutter of everything else. Focus on the one thing worth focusing on in this life, Jesus. Practice listening to Jesus without distractions. Respond to Jesus. Respond to his desires by asking for his desires to come to pass. Invite him to do what he wants to do. Love people, don't complain. Oh, so simple, but definitely takes practice. Lots of practice. Be a good steward and use the gift that God has given us to serve others. Practice. Use the gifts that God has given you. Practice the use of those gifts. Practice diligently so that you can serve others effectively and efficiently. The end of everything is near. So practice. Focus on your God-given call to the exclusion of other good things, and your reward in heaven will be great. Now, what about the rest of us? The rest of us still need to practice. The word for today is practice. God bless. Check in tomorrow.